Okay, we should be live in just a second. I need to kick open the game, but just setting things up again, just getting things running. Should be able to see it in uno momento. Hopefully everyone is doing well. It's starting in about a few minutes. I've already made the character. Except for some reason Diablo 2 is not loading right now. There we go. Okie dokie. Hopefully everyone's doing fine. It should be capturing it. Sorry for the black screen at startup. Just having trouble setting things up. It's been a while since I streamed on here, and I made And My Foot. Hey, Howie, how's it going? I need to turn it to all chat real quick. Why it defaults to top chat, I do not know. There we go. Anyway, let's go ahead and I'll create a game. I'm not too concerned about it being a public, not public game. I'm getting a late start on it. Sure, I'll put a password on it. It's been a while since I've played online. Solo for now, but I'll probably end up with a group eventually. Mostly just relaxing, going to be testing out some of the changes that they brought to Assassin that they didn't bring to single player because bugs. So, yay. I get to refine everything on ladder. You're doing Classic this season? Cool. I would, but I can't do Assassin on Classic. Otherwise, that would be fine. Okie dokie. How's everything going for you guys? But, yeah, we'll just start out. I'm probably going to start out a Trap Assassin simply because you need mosaics to actually do a Kick Assassin properly with this. So, hopefully they've actually
never see me coming.
Done what they said online. And I actually need to turn the game volume down. Because I just realized it's probably drowning me out. Because I have reinstalled a few times. Options. Audio. Let's go about there and there. Fine. Anyway. Yeah, we're probably going to start out Trap Assassin, go through normal, relatively easy mode going here. I might join some public games. See. Figuring out what to do with the weekend. You could play ladder, try out some of the stuff. You could try out some new games. I have been doing a bit more of stuff for the Game Sampler channel, simply because that's a lot easier for me to do without having to deal with back issues. Because I can record it at the standing desk where the microphone is not. So, which makes life a lot easier. And yes, I am just killing these guys for some early XP because I want to get that first level. Come here, dingus. There you go. But yeah, I don't expect this to be like an extremely busy stream. I haven't streamed in for freaking ever. I am working on a video covering the Kick Assassin, which you can do in single player. You can't do any of the Trap Assassin changes in single player, unfortunately. Because they haven't brought them over yet. There was a bug. I pointed it out the day they released it, but unfortunately the minus resist does not transfer over to the traps. There's supposedly a bug with Hydra as well, which is doesn't make the Hydra Orb Sorceress bad or anything, because you can always just do the Hydra Orb and just do it like you don't have any kind of minus resist effects. But yeah, there were some bugs. Not sure what caused them. It's just how development goes whenever it's like that. And let's go ahead and get a little bit of strength. Yes. All 5 points. And yes, I am coming from nothing. I don't even keep my characters after ladder anyway. I actually throw all the things on the ground in free stuff games. Hey, JS, how's it going? I am surviving. I might... If I stream for a long period of time, I am going to be taking breaks to stand up and stretch, just as a heads up. Hey, Incarnation. You're doing well? Don't know when I'm going to be streaming on the Let's Play Everything channel again, but I will be archiving this over there. The unlisted will still be available here, but I'll be re-uploading this with probably proper cuts and stuff in it over there. Okay, all the monsters are dead. Yep. Yeah, just trying to relax, laying back. You started ladder with the source. That's probably the smart thing to do still. Simply because the gear to actually take advantage of most of the changes is endgame kind of stuff, not progression stuff. Oh, you got hit by an employment layoff? I actually know how that feels. Sort of. I didn't get fired or properly laid off. I got, we no longer have your position available, laid off after taking a leave of absence. Even though it was protected. It was that or earn basically scraps and lose my insurance. So I chose to get scraps and other methods. Started with the Paladin going Fist of Heavens. That's another good one. Kind of tip over into Blessed Hammer. I keep wanting to go martial arts because that's what I've been testing off screen. But yeah, I feel your pain. Hopefully things go well for you, the recovery from that. This has a password on it. How did that person get in? Actually, after I clear this out, we'll go ahead and make a new game. Did I not I put it in the no, I put it in the password. Fine. I will put an actual password in here instead of something silly and stupid. And level difference, not gonna be a thing. Sorry if you joined and were trying to join in on the game. But I'm just trying to chill right now. I should probably explain why I generally don't do a lot of like group streams. I know that a lot of YouTubers do and a lot of streamers do. I have had bad experiences with it.
They'll never see me coming.
I personally haven't gotten strikes from it, but I've come close. Whenever people join your games and add crap to it, like comments and stuff, like if they typed in offensive stereotype number 837, I would get in trouble for it. So that's just one of those things that if I'm gonna do a group night, I'm gonna do a group night. I might turn off chat for that, but I like having the information there. So sorry if you joined and thought you're getting on stream. I didn't mean to offend. And 99% of people are perfectly fine. It's that 1%. It's not even 1%. It's like a fraction of a percent of people that ruin it for everybody. Oh. Or maybe with people I know already. Yeah, that would be nice too, but most of them don't play Diablo 2. I have one person wanting me to do well, technically two people wanting me to do Torchlight, which I might do. I might stream some of it over here. I think as far as the Let's Plays things goes, I might actually end up streaming them here and then just uploading them over there. Or I might just do it over on Twitch, because I still have the Twitch account, but I was thinking about shifting that all the way to just straight art. You've always grouped with strangers and none of them have been really good? I haven't had quite that bad of luck. And Torchlight is a good series. I have every single one of them. Only one of them was one that I bought, though. The rest of them were press keys. But that was, one of them was back in the early days of them doing stuff, and the other one was just, yeah, easy to get. Torchlight 1, I love the impact of fighting. Frankly, Diablo 2 feels floaty compared to it. But Torchlight 3 has some weird stuff about it. You can tell it was originally thought of as games as a service. They want you constantly building stuff up. It's kind of weird. And then Immortal is just the same as Diablo. No, sorry, Torchlight Infinite, not Immortal. I always get them mixed up. But yeah, Torchlight Infinite is just as bad as Diablo Immortal. 3, it's got about as much diversity as 1. It's got the area kind of like its scope is closer to 2. But yeah. Let's go ahead and smack you guys around. But yeah, I'm just doing it lazy right now. I don't really feel like being super hardcore into anything. If Twitch throw affects claw block trance, if I remember correctly, no. That's one of those kind of esoteric things that we don't really get into very often. I don't think the safety amulets do either. I'm pretty sure they're shield based. Because claw block is a skill block rather than a straight up. Please. Just a cell. But claw block is a skill block rather than an actual just block. PD2, kind of a mixed bag for me. I wish there was an equivalent on Resurrected. I know you can't do multiplayer, but multiplayer mods, that is. But it would be nice.
Greetings.
Hi, Akara. Stat-wise, more strength. Why not?
Good day.
Don't think this is going to be worth it. It was not. Do I want to bother with those? Nah. I just want money. I want it to be laid back and easy. That should be fine for a while. Yeah, I don't think PD2 ever will be because it's very much focused around the server play. You tried Path of Exile and Diablo 3, neither really worked for you. D2 just says something perfect. Could be nostalgia? Yeah. I like Diablo 2's itemization. I appreciate Path of Exile for what it is. I personally don't like it. It breaks one of the cardinal rules I have for enjoying a game. And also, it's just so much grinding. Yes, I'm playing Diablo 2 while complaining about grinding, but ugh, just too much. Let's see, any good belts? Not really. See, if they allowed it, it would reduce the people who play D4. I have a feeling Diablo 4 will sell super well, but it's not going to be as over the top. Woo, yay, we've got a new game hype stuff that people think it'll be. DOE is you either blow them up in one shot. It's one shot or be one shot. That's not always a problem for me, but the thing it breaks for me is it gets fun once you've played 500 hours. I'm not a big 500-hour person. I don't play this for 500 hours a month. One of those things. But I will probably be doing Diablo 4 just out of the nature of what it is. I'm not hating on it, but I'm also not exactly trying to think of how to explain it. I don't think it's going to blow me away. My expectations are relatively low. So I'm set to be pleasantly surprised rather than absolutely shocked and amazed by it. I think some people are going to be disappointed with the monetization because I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more like Path of Exile. And Path of Exile is like the optimistic view of what it could end up being. You have a hard time understanding Path of Exile from the moment it starts. I liked it back whenever it had 5 acts. That was just the right length to get into it. And then you could go into the higher difficulties if you wanted to play more. But you could feel a sense of completion. Now you have to go through 10 acts. You have to start doing maps to get more of the story. You have to do all this grinding for 20 million different types of currency that you have to buy stash tabs for. It's bloat. It's MMO bloat. Give me some gold. Yeah, the Path of Exile boss fights are a bit better. There is a little bit too much one-shotting in it for my taste. If you haven't gotten... They're resistance checks. That's exactly what they are. Resistance checks and damage checks. But... And most of them aren't even damage checks because you can kind of fluff into them. But... Yeah. The bosses are a bit better. Wolfson's bosses did some good stuff too. Even though the game had its own issues. But... Let's see. They went to straight to 10 real quick. Fall of Oriath is whenever they got rid of the difficulties and made it like 10 acts. If there's anything that Diablo 4 does similar to Path of Exile, I'm going to catch flack for this, but I actually really like the gem skill system, the materia kind of thing that they do. I know that's kind of a weird thing, but I like it. I've tried Warhammer Chaos Bane. I have not beaten it. But it's one of those that's on the list. I did some stuff for it over on the game sampler. I've played more than I showed there, but... You... Yeah, not too bad of a start. When is Path of Exile 2 coming? I think it's supposed to be this year, maybe next year? Could be wrong. My memory is a bit foggy on that one. Hey, you liking the lazy zoo build? Hopefully you're doing all right, Hunter. What are the thoughts about the buffed Mosaic interaction with Dragon Talon? Kind of hit or miss on it. Is it overpowered? Yes. But so is a lot of other things, especially at that tier. My main problem with the Dragon, the Holy Fire change, was that it required little interaction from the player and was a minimal investment. You basically could have a whole other build on top of it. Whereas for the Mosaic one, you have to build into it to use it. So it's not as bad there, despite the fact that it does better on higher player counts. But I do think it needs some tuning. And the thing is, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to tune it. That's why I haven't really done a video on it. That said, the best combo currently for it is one charge of... Here, I can actually pop open this. Is one charge of Phoenix Strike, 3 Blades, 3 Claws of Thunder, 1 Cobra, 1 Tiger Strike. You have Claws of Fire max out, but you don't use it. That's because you actually want the Cobra Strike going off to heal you up. You mentioned Source Ladder Start. You have difficulties managing mana with Source. What can you do? Pick up these. Hopefully this one's a good example. That's not a good example, but they give you mana. Gets... Basically, tier runes are a really good thing for the starter source. If you need to put into energy, plan to respec in Nightmare. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's there. Code Sin doing Ubers in under a minute. It wouldn't surprise me that one could, but no, I haven't seen that one. I have seen thumbnails for 2.6 patch stuff, but I actually haven't been watching anything other than like a couple people's streams. So... You don't think you need to respec? If you're going into an energy build as a sorceress, you don't need to respec at all. I generally do respec in Nightmare if I've had to dip into energy, but... Don't really need to. Even before Act 2. There's also the fact that you could just play a melee source. That's always fun, too. Yeah, I hope they replace the Shockwave bug with a buff to Shockwave, even if it comes at the cost of stun length. Make the stun length, like, super short. I don't care. But let it do some, like, AoE damage, because that would make the bear actually appealing as more than just a kind of like, oh, I'm a slightly slower wolf kind of thing. But the wolf, I mean, the bear is still pretty damn fast. People underestimate it, but still. Especially once you get your maul up and going.
I need mana.
Go ahead and grab some mana potions from here. Rejuves, yes. Smack you in your dirt face. You put points in energy and respect. That's generally, if you need to invest in it, it's fine. I know that I make a point of in the guides to make it so that you don't have to respec, so people can basically get to the end game and then try out different builds from there if they want to try them. So they'll have 3 free ones to kind of mess around. But there's no shame in respecking at all. So, but in normal, it depends on what you want to be going into. If you're going fire and ice, like Hydra Orb, which is what I would usually recommend, there's a few ways to get through normal without doing energy. Firebolt is a good starting one. Especially if you focus hard on it, you can get it so that's replenishing your... Go ahead and boom, 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 boom. Grenades!
Not enough mana.
Gotcha. Wish that had a slightly larger radius, but it doesn't. But yeah, tier runes are your best friend. Those are the big thing I keep an eye out for as a sorceress. Is Energy Shield worthwhile in hardcore now that they fixed the mana burn bug? At higher levels, yes. At lower levels, more of a maybe. Because at higher levels, you can get some pretty fun stuff going. You can become darn near immortal. Gonna run Countess for a bit? Okay. Hopefully she's tier thick. And she should be. Tier is kind of midway up on that bell curve. And yes, I am looking for the waypoint. See, as far as what build we're going to be doing with this one, I have no earthly idea. We're going trap starting out. I'll probably start out fire trap in normal, switch to possibly lightning trap in... Go ahead and nuke those guys. Possibly lightning trap in nightmare or hell, depending on if we can get the stuff for Crescent Moon. But we're just going to go chill. If we stick with fire, like if we don't want to use our respecs, we can, if I can get a moment of peace, you bastards. We can still go Wake of Fire, go Fire Blast as our main, go these two, and then come down here and get lightning like that. But it's there. Yeah, Flickering Flame is going to be decent with the change. I generally wish they would bring it to single player so I can test out Flickering Flame and the... Guys, we need the experience. We can kind of mess around with Flickering Flame and Dual Phoenix Fire Trap Assassins. I have it loaded up on my single player Trap Assassin, it just doesn't work yet. You want to try Blade Sentinel? Blade Sentinel is awesome. You need decent gear for it. You don't really need the gear that I showed off in the video for it, but you can actually get some pretty decent punch going on there. Ah, you fools. have this. You think Crescent Moon would be a good assassin weapon? Thinking maybe kick, lightning traps, hybrid. If with the changes, I think it will be fine. The problem with the traps, I'm not the traps, the kicks, is you're gonna have a mixed bag of it in general. Like you could go like Phoenix Strike, Claws of Thunder, Dragon Talon, and then whatever you have left into lightning traps. Or you could really focus heavily on lightning traps and go light kicks. In which case, light kicks, you'd actually want to go for a slightly different setup. Yep, that is dual Phoenix and Flickering Flame Traps, and is because they said they were changing it. It's only supposedly changed online, though. Going out on a limb and saying if the drop rates don't change within the next season, definitely moving on from this game because you'll never find a bear or jaw in a season. I generally play... That's one reason why I play seasons the way I do. This is a heads up. I don't play it with any kind of permanence. Once the season ends, I literally give everything away. I don't play it like I'm going for endgame gear. I play it like I'm going through hell and then kind of messing around with whatever people I find. And then any items I find go away at the end. I don't go for the enigmas. I don't go for the crazy crap. I just go for fun. I know that that's heresy to a lot of people, but I'd rather enjoy my time with the game than be always chasing the next little dip of dopamine.
Not enough mana.
Let's get rid of these range guys before they become annoying. Go. Let's see. Most people barely have the time to hunt the end game stuff anyway. That's a better way. Yeah. Generally, while I do show them off in guides, it's because that's what people want to see. Like, literally, if the starter guides get easily a quarter of the views than the games that show endgame stuff. It's just the nature of the beast, but I do try to include both because I know that both kind of things are fun for people. I personally find the most fun in figuring out ways with what I found to beat the game. I don't find a lot of fun in running Bale 1,000 times. Yeah, Blaze increases it now. It didn't in the original game.
I need mana.
Surprised none of those dropped mana potions. I was hoping they would so I could finish off the rest of them. But we're just kind of chilling until we get to level 12. And I will have to get up every now and then to stretch. So apologies for that if that is a thing. Let's see. Those are going to get sold, so I need to put them there. Usually beat the game and wait for things to cheapen down, then you get them on JSP with Form Gold you've had for almost a decade. Really busy and don't feel like grinding that much. Yep. I almost never grind anymore. If you watch the, like, just vanilla plays of the builds over on the Game Sampler channel, which anyone can use for B-roll if they're making Diablo 2 content, I don't mind. I would appreciate credit, but whatever. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just concentrating for just a second. I need to actually read the chat. I should probably just make an a group of characters, maybe just like hero edit perfect versions of each item in, because I don't have perfect items in single player. I have good, but not perfect. And then just distribute that so people can play with all the builds. Would I play more if the drop rates were better and more exciting? Probably not. I know that's going to be a weird take. The drop rates, if they were lower, it might impact it, because then you're not getting what you need to beat the game. But right now, I get what I need to beat the game just going straight through. Even if I have, like, really god-awful luck. But if they were higher, I don't think it would impact the amount I play at all. Because I'm not a loot chaser, usually. That is correct. The traps changes were bugged whenever they released the 2.6 patch a couple days ago. And they only did a hot fix for online. Why? No idea. This is my chance to hit. 9? Feels way lower. Sorry. Feels way lower than that. But yeah, it's not available on single player yet. Whenever they do allow it on single player, I will be doing the build guide for them. The trap part's the same as always. Yeah. I was super excited to try it too. It was the first build I tested whenever 2.6 dropped. And I was horribly disappointed whenever I was barely even chipping the life of a lightning immune. And I don't have any armor yet, so might as well grab it. Why keep playing the game when you can beat the game with cheap gear? I mean, I like the challenge of making weird builds, especially, but yeah, there really isn't much in the way of new, interesting content for me to up my gear for. And I'm not really interested in, like, post-game maps like what Path of Exile has. It just doesn't do anything for me. It's literally running in circles for better stuff. One thing I actually like about JRPGs, this is going to be a weird take, but it's actually one thing I like about well-balanced JRPGs is as you go through the game, you are getting better gear. And yeah, there's some gear that's like way higher end that you can get eventually, but it's not necessary to beat the game, and it's not... Oh, I'm about to die. I just double-chugged potions. I keep forgetting. This guy hurts. Go ahead and grab this. Can I grab the well, please? Why can't I grab the well? Clicked on it multiple times. There we go. Had to come at it from the right angle. He's kind of teleporting around a little. Go ahead and down this way. Come back out and fight him in just a second. Yay, more stamina, just what I need. Okay, you found a Hawk Helm, 1 Direwolf, 1 Oak Sage, 2 OP sockets right now, good Storm Shield. Oh, good SS Shapeshifter start. For some reason, I read that as Storm Shield. If JSP didn't exist, you wouldn't have any fun builds to play. Just saying this game is a drag, but drag you love. Do I play on controller often? Not as often as I probably should. Let's see, level 6. Let's go burst of speed. And yes, I know I'm wasting the EXP shrine. I'm not doing speed runs or being hyper optimized. I thought about doing speed runs for a while, and that kind of fell by the wayside, and I just don't care anymore. For me, a lot of games are, whenever they're in that like 10-hour range,
This tree
10 to 20 hours is perfect length for most games. Longer than that, you better have something really damn compelling. Like this one, I like the itemization. I find the fact that it's not all of the upgrades are literally like, oh, here's 10 more to this stat, here's 5 more to that stat. Like, okay, you have bleeding, you have crushing blow, you have knockback, you have this gives you this aura so you can bump it this weird, strange way. You can always do 10 billion runs. Bet that would drive you crazy. Yeah, not really a fan of 10 million runs. I think for speedrunning, I generally prefer Metroidvanias.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
I need level 12. I'm not gonna just go in and tell Blizzard to just give me level 12. That way I can just nuke everything immediately. Is there more shamans? There are! Shaman number 1, shaman number 2. Let's grab that. There was another one, wasn't there? Nope. Okay. And the reason I'm not picking up wolf heads and stuff like that is I don't plan on playing a druid. The druid new rune word is interesting, but not something that's super high important for me. It's something I could just throw onto a build. It's slightly better. Woo. Ooh, we got our lore helmet. I just want the waypoint. I don't really care about the rest of this stuff. But yeah, the real end game of Diablo 2 is making weird builds. What is my ping? Oh, it's back to, yes. There we go. Not good.
Not enough mana.
Not terrible, but yeah. Oh, and I think the problem people are having with the meteor from this, by the way, it's actually from their frame rates being uncapped. This is actually a major problem with Diablo 2 in general. It's one reason why a lot of people's cards were overheating when it released. Because it was like ramping up to like thousands of FPS, or trying to at least, because it just wasn't capped. Those. Where is my waypoint, my dudes? There's a... If it functions the way I think it's supposed to, yes, the Bowchantress is going to be really good for Season 3. That is... But in single player, I think it's also bugged too. Because it's not doing what they said it would do. It's not carrying the mastery onto the ranged attacks. Have a good one, narrator. Well, let's see. I'll go ahead and identify the rest of these. That's going to sell for a decent amount. And that can go away as well, because it's not useful to us. 2 socket armor, 2 socket armor. We got 2 socket armor. Yay. That's why I go up to 35 strength. Well, not that one. It is next one up. A breastplate. Memory serves, that's 35 or 40. I'm tired. Give me a break. It's middle of the night here. It's like 9:30 at night. Okay, trap-wise. We can start going down lightning if we want to. I'm going to just keep on Fire Blast for now, because we're going to be going Wake of Fire, and it's going to buff that.
Ah, very.
Breastplate is 30. Yeah, I never remember the exact numbers. I just know in the end I eventually want to get up to 156 so I can use a Monarch. Because the 2 shields the Trap Assassin will want. Spirit, if you're running an unmodified game. Or single player right now. Or Phoenix if you're doing proper endgame Trap Assassin. Both require it, so. And yes, the character's name is And My Foot. Our pattern is... Oh, it's crap pattern. Okay. I was hoping it would be a like circle or the pentagram. Make sure to buy your new Barb a breastplate and he could wear it at level 1. Ah. I just like it because it's one of the few... It's actually the only one of 2 light metal armors. Which means you can get a heavy torso. I don't even remember what order they were in. I'm going to do it the classic way. There we go. Let's go rescue some Kane, if we're able. And yes, there will be an assassin video soon. I just wish they would
fall to Diablo's wrath.
move the hot fix over already, please. Go ahead and rescue him before we decide to go against Dingus there.
Kane, go to the rogue camp. I need mana. Not enough mana.
More grenades! Always need more grenades.
Not enough mana.
None of you dropped mana potions for me. It's... Hey, Rum, how's it going? And yeah, I need to get back into streaming. It is something that I've wanted to do for a while again. But my body was not cooperating. My mind was ready. My body was not. No more marathon 16-hour streams, though. Yeah, he's not worth it. But I wish I would have been here on the day 1 of it, but that's another thing.
Good to see you.
Hi, Kane. Thank you for identifying stuff. Yeah, it's more frustrating than scary. I've had proper back pains for a while. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying them, Brandon. Hopefully they are helpful for you. Go ahead and get rid of that one. It's not worth it. But 1 mana after each kill is great. A little bit of magic find. Still using our starter crap. Reminds me.
Hello.
Hey, Akara, do you have 2 socket short staff for me? That's not ungodly expensive. Because frankly, I would rather have... And the reason we use a short staff, by the way... Let's grab that one. The reason we use a short staff is for attack speed, in case you're wondering. Okay. Tree-wise, more Fire Blast.
Good day.
Because if you use one of the heavier staves, like, say, a War Staff or something like that, you actually will have slower trap deployment because of how the mechanics of it work. And that should be good. Yep. Tier and Rawl. If we get them. I mean, I'm not going to go super farm crazy. Watching the Diablo 1 Rogue playthrough on the other channel got you to play through it again for the first time in 20 years. Yes, it is Diablo 1 is a great game. Will this be a trap sin in the long run, or will be this martial arts sin? Trap sin for now. If we end up getting like actual proper endgame gear, I might switch it over to a kick sin. But to make the kick sin overpowered and broken requires getting 2 mosaic claws. Which, yeah, it's powerful, but and who do we hire? Oh, we need to go get some money first. And it's, oh, we got 1 ice down there. We got Windy. Go Darkwoods. Because we need to go over to Black Marsh anyway. But for now, it will be a trap sin. With the goal of getting like a crescent moon. Get us some of that lightning trap pierce. Possibly a lightning, whatchamacallit, which I, strangely enough, have terrible luck finding on the single-player Terror Zones. I've seen people showing off them getting them, like, first pack and all that stuff on their streams. It's like, okay. But I did not get them on my first pack. I've actually ran through Terror Zones about 7 times since it released. Like, intentionally aiming for the Terror Zone. And have gotten none. So it is a matter of luck. But yeah, I need to go through and finish the Warrior Diablo 1 playthrough and the Sorcerer Diablo 1 playthrough. I might even do some of the Hellfire stuff, but we'll see. I have not been able to reproduce the crashes. I literally, like, right before I got on, was doing a little bit with it, trying to get it to crash. I can't get it to repeat it for me.
I need mana.
But I have my frame locked at 60 FPS. I have resolution locked at 1080p. Stick with this for now. Oh, the Windows clock trick. That works for so many games. Does not surprise me it works for that. But frankly, it's more effort than it's worth. Because in single player, once you leave the game ceases to exist. The game tax thing that I am concerned about for Diablo 2 is more on the servers where it keeps running after you leave. So you can just pop in and out of games on single player like a crazy person. Oh, if only I could keep this. That's like the perfect layout for this.
Oh, who would want to remember this place?
Okay. I have 0 interest in rescuing rogues. We'll go get a friend in a little bit, but right this second, not so much.
I need mana.
Okay, Snot Shank, you're getting shanked. Hey, it's like ours without sockets. And yes, kick noises are off. But there's probably eventually going to be, here's the times you set it at to get X, Y, and Z thing in single player, but by the time you're doing that stuff, and I know this is kind of weird to say, by the time you're doing that stuff, you might as well just be hero editing the charms in. That's just my thought on it, because you're not really getting anything from it. You're not learning anything from it. Arctic Blast, the most useless skill in the world, but it can make you invincible. Let's see, someone would want to do a reset. Let's see, this is probably... this actually is not the right path yet. Maybe it's right here. Yay! This one's gonna be up here. We might do a few runs of Countess. At least until we get to, like, level 12. But yeah, there's also the fact that you can make a new game and just refarm the same area over and over again without having to do the time change thing. But you could just lock it into one that you like, I guess.
Not enough mana.
Be like the only thing I could think of a use for it. But even then, always just hero edit your experience in if you're really needing to adjust all that. I might make a video on stuff like that, but it's like, it doesn't impact me anyway how somebody else plays their game, so I don't. One of those things. I don't even care if people hero it. I've found enough stuff in here that I essentially could hero edit if I wanted to. Just wouldn't change my play experience. Although transferring stuff between versions of Go Mule is getting pretty tiresome. And I can't really expect Silas Ben to keep updating the Go Mule thing, considering he doesn't even play the game.
Not enough mana.
Oh, I don't have any more mana potions. Off. Go, there's our level up, burst of speed. But yeah, if you're wanting to experiment with builds, single player is a good way to do it, but don't forget that in single player, hit points are fairly drastically different. Let's go with more vitality, sure. So we got 3 more levels until we get our traps. There you go. Oh, she decided to spawn right this time. Sweet. Actually kind of good for us. Because we can fight her without ever actually going up to her.
Not enough mana.
If I can get a line of sight on her, that is. There's one thing about her, she won't actually come through the door. She's one of the only things that I can think of that's actually coded like that. Where they have like a hard limit on their pathing.
So much treasure. It almost covers the stench.
Trying to think if there's any others, but I don't think there is. Yep. I actually do not think there's any others that do the whole, I'm just not going to go through this doorway.
Hello.
Let's sell junk. 720. That'd be fun for an early one. Is that like an original game thing, the path coding? If memory serves, yes. Join me, Wendy. And yes, I know I could put the Tal Eth in my armor right now. But I'm not even high enough level to equip an Eth. So I have to be level 17 before I can use it.
What can I do for you?
Checking on other stuff. I might want to buy that. Get some resist before we get to her. Though charge bolts are a bit better.
Greetings.
It's tied to her spawn coding, by the way, if I remember correctly. Because her spawn coding, if we were to, like, if this was single player, we were able to, like, reuse this map, we'd actually be able to go back in there, and if we always took the left, she'd always spawn in the right. If we always took the right, she'd always spawn in a different spot, probably the middle. And if we always went up the middle, she'd probably either spawn middle or guess. But she would always spawn in that pattern, depending on which way we go into the room. Depending on your approach. Okay, anything else we want in here that I can think of? That can go away. We get more tier runes, we'll just throw them into random things. I'm still trying to think of what kind of fix I would do for the martial arts aspect of stuff. Because it's one of those things where it's like... Let's go ahead and stab all these guys in the face. It's one of those weird things where... I know that it's not where it's supposed to be right now, but I can't think of a good way to remedy it. Because if you limit it to one charge, that basically reduces all the character, like one type of charge. That basically removes the character of the actual skill. If you made Mosaic only keep your last charge, maybe that would be a thing. So you could only have one charged up permanently, but the other ones would still function normally. That would lean people towards Phoenix Strike and Tiger Strike. Some might go with the whatchamacallit, Cobra, but at the same time, probably not. So you're basically limiting it based on how you approach it. If you limited it only to... Actually, it is limited to finishing moves. But... Does anyone have any ideas how they would readjust the martial arts aspect? The other option would be to restrict the martial arts skills to only triggering once per finishing move. Which, yeah, I can understand where that would come from, but it wouldn't change the power of it. Because you could do the Dragon Tail and max out Tiger Claw and just go like that. Go, mercenary, go! Oh, he's mana burn. Hi.
Not enough mana.
Didn't realize we had a boss there. Let's see. I don't think I need anything from there. I need... There we go. A bow for her. Even if it's a crude hunter's bow, it should improve her damage.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to
Barely.
good use. I need mana.
Let's see. Should I really be going this far without getting levels? Probably not. But I also don't care that much. I'm just kind of enjoying myself. Now, as far as whether I'm going to be streaming more of Chained Echoes, which I am almost done doing a review on it. I had to go back and re-record a bunch of the B-reel footage whenever I couldn't actually sit at the desk. I was playing it on the laptop. Let's see. Mana, healing, mana, healing. Go and identify you. This. Keep pressing shift in that instead of controlling that because brain fog. I also am working on a video about which Diablo you should play first to go with the release of Diablo 4. And no, I have not pre-ordered Diablo 4 yet. I wish they would have given me some press access so I could actually do a video on that specifically. They did not. I am not a friend or family. Okay, into hell we go. Gonna be a bit tougher. One.
Not enough mana.
Yeah, it's super expensive, and I do not have much money. Especially after, like, taxes and stuff come in. Because I don't have an employer paying a quarter of my taxes. You have a credit card with plenty of balance. I mean, I'm responsible with my credit cards, so I technically do too, but...
Not enough mana.
If I spend that, it's irresponsible at the moment. That said, this is going to be kind of a odd conversation. The business side of what I do, which, yes, I do treat my channel somewhat like a business because it is a major part of my income, even though it's not a lot of money.
I need
Like,
mana.
it's not even, like, rent amounts. But I do treat it like a business, and would it be good for the business? Probably. Yeah, that's pretty much how I'm approaching it. I don't have the expendable income at the moment. But at the same time, I know that for channel growth, I probably should. But I also am shifting more into reviews and stuff like that. I'm just deciding whether I want to stick with the review format that I've been using so far, or whether I want to shift a bit more into the realm of possibly WTF is kind of stuff. I'm not great at the long format reviews, and those are really bad for channels these days. 10 to 12 minutes is about the sweet spot unless you are doing a full-on, I have played the game 27 times kind of deep dive. Please have mana potions. Oh, one. Nice. But Chained Echoes, I almost have the review prepared. I keep forgetting to respond to their email. They're like, hey, have you got that coverage ready? No, not yet. No, I do not. Because I didn't have the B-roll for it because I can't record on the laptop because it's a piece of crap. I tried recording original Diablo 2 on it, and that was a no-go. That's going to be good money. I think, what else do we need? This should be... Oh, no, not even a champion pack in there. Damn. Damn, son. I don't want to use a potion right now because we are that close to a level. There we go. Okay, one more level and we'll be able to get our Wake of Fire trap, which is going to be up to 9 to 19 now. And I've also thought about, and this is another strange thing, and welcome to voice your opinions on it. What are your thoughts on VTubers? Because if I do it, it's not going to be a traditional VTuber. That's for damn sure. I'm not an anime character at all. It would be more like Backwater Gospel style kind of graphical stuff. Have you guys ever watched Backwater Gospel? I love that short. The grave? Oh, the Undertaker's coming.
A malice.
Comes
This should go
from my
to
brain.
Chelsea.
Bit of left field, that's your take? Yeah. Well, I don't like doing face cam.
The order welcomes
That's
you.
about the closest I would get. Full helm and chainmail can change your sin into Mandalorian. Yes, chainmail looks good on most of the characters, surprisingly, despite being medium armor. Actually, it might be. No, it's medium if I remember correctly. Let's go ahead and switch up our belt to what we're going to be using for a while. Because this is our belt setup through most of normal. A 1 and 3.
Greetings. Oh, thanks.
And when we hit level 12, it's going to be really apparent as to why. Okay, anything else that we need? Doesn't look like. Nice. That's good enough for us. Now we have Frost Nova and Charge Bolts coming off of us.
Let's deal, my friend.
Anything? Oh, there's the Charge Bolt. And yes, this, if you ever play a passive paladin, you'll know why I get those. You missed 1 hour? I'm sorry. An archive of this will be uploaded to the Let's Play Everything channel, and I will be keeping this on this channel unlisted. You can find it on the main page. But hopefully you're doing all right, Hugin. Is life treating you well? I've been missing out on Wander's streams lately, mainly because I've been a little bit busy. Otherwise, I probably would have seen you there too. Let's see. Oh no, we can use our town portal. It's fine. Not like it's going to be that much closer though. It's treating me better than it has been. One of the reasons why I didn't get to stream like on launch was because I was dealing with yay taxes stuff.
Try and cage me,
frankly,
demons.
US taxes are a complete clusterfuck. Like even compared to other countries. Won't go into details on it because I don't think anybody really cares, but yeah. It's weird. But having to make a ton of phone calls just to get the paperwork you need sucks. Go ahead and get rid of these guys. And yes, we will be grabbing as many mana potions as we can find, because we're going to be churning through like a crazy person. And yeah, I don't see people going into the ladder being super happy going straight martial arts, by the way. Yes, it'll be fine. It'll be as fine as it was before. But it's not going to be one of those things that's like super powerful. And let's see, what's the straight path from that? Okay, so it's upright. In case you guys are wondering how to navigate jail, your entrance, as you come out of it, you're facing a direction. You want to go straight from that. So the exit is going to be, you're going to exit that way. I know I cover that every now and then in these, but it's fine. And yes, secret room, woo! Find it weird that people still don't know about those to these days. Oh, I hear skeletons. I'm just not going to bother with them. Although I probably should, because they are experience. Da-da-da-da. This path right there is the exit. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, one thing that gets me whenever I try to do Let's Plays, by the way, is that I often overtalk. I know that pisses some people off. I'm trying to get better about it, just like I'm trying to get better about fast talking during guides. But I do have to go at a certain speed, otherwise people are like, drop off really hard. Because I have experimented with it before. When I started YouTube, I actually was a very, very slow talker and very soft-spoken as well. But as I've gotten more experience with it, I've become more what you know today. So I don't know if my audio is that good right now. I haven't done testing since the update. So it might be just completely borked and I don't even realize it.
Not enough mana. I need mana.
Here, nope. I thought I heard a charm drop. Feel they should have treated the chance of consuming martial arts charges the way they did piercing on the Amazon, adding base values to the skills and creating a variety of items with plus X%. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I personally, if I were going to go that route, I'd have it tied to the finishing move rather than the skill. So you'd have, say, 25% on each claw instead of the current 50%. Then you could have each of these go up to 50% at, say, level 32, 35, somewhere in there. Have them cap out at, say, or you, actually, now I think about it, if you put it on the actual charge skills and you made it go to 75, you'd free up a lot of equipment and you actually wouldn't need it to do the build. So have it go to 75 at level 30-ish. So 25% every 10 levels. So that'd be 2.5% for each level that you wouldn't consume a charge. That would make it more in line with the masteries. Yeah, and they can't really... They have to modify the skills to fix it rather than the item, because the item is now, it exists. There's already several of them on ladder. This one, if I remember correctly, is a turn. No. Bloody hell. Okay. That's weird for ghosts not to give mana potions. I have a feeling it's just a ghost crew on D2 maintenance. Like, we're talking maybe one person dedicated to it and a couple people that help out from other
I need
projects,
mana.
kind of stuff. So I don't see it's going to be... I don't think we're going to see much changes. I do have another video I'm working on of rune word suggestions. I'm trying to fine-tune it right now, because I'm having a hard time deciding what I would give the sorceress that would actually make it interesting to pick up a sorceress. Like this reset is the assassin reset. The assassin patch. There's literally no other class that has as much in the way of interesting changes. Yes, the bloody sorceress got a change to enchant that is not a bug. It was actually in the patch notes of Diablo 2 LOD. When you saw that ability on Mosaic, you really wish they would have instead made it something in Dragonclaw. The more I sit here and think about it, the more I'm torn as whether it should be finishing move or on the actual charge up. Yeah, Talon does get more kicks as you go. It looks obscene whenever you have everything running. I mean, I can hop over there after we get level 12 and show it off a little bit. It's not that hard to do. I literally have the characters somewhat loaded up for it. They have the trap stuff on them. They have the martial arts stuff on them. I was going to do them all as one big kind of thing. But until they fix the single player stuff, not going to be seen. Oh, hi. You guys hurt. This is not the way to go. I want that. Or you.
Put that to good use.
Concentrate plus Blessed Hammer is oddly enough not a bug. It was originally a bug. It was a bug in Classic, if I remember correctly. I don't even think it was a Lord of Destruction bug. But everything. What is hitting me? You sorry, there you are. But yeah, it was a bug in Classic that got turned into an official change. That's why it's 50% instead of 100%. One bug I wish was still around was the lightning hose as Amazon. It was such a fun bug. Yeah, I could not see him for the life of me. And Rogue here was not helping out. There it is. I should pick up the key just for lulz. You don't need keys as an assassin. Yeah, the enchant thing for the... Well, for everybody, but for the enchant thing for mastery, double dipping was intentionally removed because it was slightly overpowered. Now we get to be slightly overpowered. Because we have bigger guns. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. Get our waypoint. I don't know how much I want to do each day on this, because I am 100% going to be taking it chill. I'm not going to be one of the try-hard streamers. If you want a try-hard streamer, go check out Llama or Ginger, or to an extent, Boa. Boa's a little bit more chill than them. Well, oh, that's why.
I need
You just
mana.
don't give a crap about any kind of fire because of what you are.
I need mana.
Yeah, I don't need to identify. I'd have to go to town anyway. Thought I heard another enemy in here. There he is.
I need mana.
Let's go and get our rogue back. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting interactions in the game. There's a lot of fun things you can do with various setups. Fine rogue. We're going to level up to us. You will be replaced later. Probably with another rogue, because I wouldn't mind having another rogue with insight. They're actually kind of nice. And yes, I should have had Kain identify crap. It's fine. When you were young, you loved Shadowmaster, but now you really hate her. She casts Mind Blast way too many times. Ah. Yeah, the Mind Blast is an interesting beast. There's a lot of people who, if I don't include Mind Blast, get mad at me. If I do include Mind Blast, other people get mad at me. The thing is,
Yes.
the Master's Mind Blast is irritating because you don't control it. She just does it whenever she feels like it. So let's continue on. But yeah, we're going to go fire for now. Because, frankly, in normal difficulty, fire is a lot better. Lightning takes a little while to ramp up. It's kind of the same for the Paladin. You're going in Oridin, like an untwinked Oridin. Bye, Bone Ash. Got a poisoning on me. And a chill. Bother me as much.
I don't like it down here. I need mana.
Oh, you need mana? You have plenty of mana. All in your pockets. There we go. That's a bit better. After all these years, you still never actually played much with traps. They are fun. And martial arts has its methods of being fun. Pretty much the only one that was like classic fun was the Dragon Tail. Phoenix Strike was okay. But Dragon Tail was the only one that you could really do some kind of like semi, not necessarily broken stuff with, but powerful stuff with. That could compete with things like Zealots and things. Really, the only reason I would use charges on it nowadays is, like, we're talking Tiger Claw charges. Would be if I was going for these.
Not enough
The
mana.
auto hit. So, like, say, I get that going, yeah. So if you were going after, say, the Ubers and stuff like that, where you chances are you're not going to hit with a normal. Yeah, it's fine.
I need mana.
Imagine Dream Mood where Chance and struck Mind Blast, not confused. Oh god, that'd be irritating. I mean, yes and no, actually. There are situations where it would be irritating. In PvP, Mind Blast used to be like amazing. Now it's okay. Because you used to be able to do a thing with Wake of Fire here, and Mind Blast and basically perma-stun lock somebody. Which was all kinds of painful and atrocious and all that fun jazz. Go eat. Oh, I don't have that set in. Okay.
Not enough mana.
Do controls. What? I forgot to save it. Oh, no, I didn't. Well, we are no longer in that game. Great game. I'm trying to think how I would actually have made assassin-specific rune words. I think whenever people start getting endgame gear, though, the trap assassin is going to make the martial arts assassin look like mediocre, by the way. That trap assassin change is pretty far up there. We need to do some countess runs anyway. Options, controls. Let's go ahead and do some towers real quick. She's not going to be by the road.
I need mana.
This skill is just so good at just clearing out waves of just trash. There it is. Yay! In we go. Ooh, a rare sash. Nice.
Not enough mana.
Let's see, is it better than what we have? No, because we have more slots. Actually, I should actually look at the stats. Poison resist and poison length. No, not worth it. One more point. And all those points we went into the fire trap add up on this. Now we get to see how fast this build does the Countess. Love more blades and clean and cut and clear. For the lower players, only need Death Rune Word. You don't even really need Death to make it viable. It's just Death makes it optimal. Death Etnax.
Not enough mana.
Ethereal, if you can get it.
Not enough mana.
Probably drink a mana potion. Let's see, left means there. And yes, there is a method to the madness of navigating through this. Sure, most of you have already watched the How to Find Your Way Through areas. Reason I'm always taking left turns.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
Let's see. How long have we been streaming? Where is it? There it is. Hour and a half. Okay. I'm probably going to limit it to 2 hours, so we'll probably just get through an act. Yes, I should have actually probably been further along in 2 hours, but I'm taking it easy. This is just to preserve my spinal cord. Nal and Rawl, so we're getting close. Let's go kill Indariel, and then I'll do some more runs of Countess before we do Act 2. Because this is generally how I recommend people do their runs. You don't... If you're playing the game for fun, you don't need to rush through. You don't need to push towards the end of it.
Yes?
It's just like having a good meal. You don't... Did I? Yeah, I did not. You don't need to be hyper-focused on getting to the end of it. It's a good game. Enjoy the good game. And I actually do enjoy Diablo 2. I think on a lot of levels, it's underappreciated for like what it is as far as an action RPG goes. Where is the boss? Guess they're... Oh, they weren't minions. That's why there wasn't a boss.
I need mana.
And yeah, as we start leveling up, we'll be a little bit better on mana.
Not enough mana.
You want to use guides? Use guides. There's a lot of people who are like, don't play a game with a guide. Play a game with a guide if it makes it more fun for you.
Thank you. I need mana.
That guy's just not going down. There he goes.
I need mana.
But yeah, single player. There's also another aspect that you should probably concern yourself with if you're playing single player. Is that the fact that, yeah, enemies have more life in single player. So that's why multiplayer seems slightly easier.
I don't like it down here.
+2 dex. Not worth it for us. We're not going to be using dex for anything. We're not going for max block. Combs level 1. Lovely. The network delay is nasty. It can be. Yeah, single players, enemies have about 50% more life. A little bit under that. It's kind of like...
Not enough mana.
You can actually see it over on the max roll thing. They do have it worked into their calculator. But yeah, single player has more life than multiplayer. Why? Hell if I know. But something like that, yeah. And then we can dive into the whole how player count affects it, as well as the whole stuff about
Not enough mana.
how player counts affect drops and why it only counts as half a player in single player for actual drops, but it counts as more for other stuff.
Not enough mana.
Say not enough mana while you're casting it. Cute.
I'll put that to good use.
Zoodruid for enjoying the game. Zoo kills monsters while you appreciate so many trees in dark woods. World record 10 hours for run through Nightmare, but you enjoy it. That's also one reason why whenever you watch the build videos that I do, I record the B-reel for it in single player. That you will almost always have someone come through and be like, mine is faster, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you're using the same gear. Mine have more life. There's always someone who is angry about it. It's like, whatever. One thing I have oddly enough gotten used to is people being angry about the reviews. There's always one. Especially if the video gets more than 10,000
I
views.
need mana.
A lot of times it gets caught by the filter because some of them are pretty toxic about it too. One reason why I haven't been as active in the comment sections, but As far as streams go, as long as I can read the chat as it's coming by, I will respond to it. That's kind of my rule of thumb whenever it comes to that stuff. If it gets to the point where I have to turn on slow mode or something like that, which I really don't want to do, I can reach that. But right now, we're at a nice, chill pace. Everybody's just sitting there having fun.
Not enough mana.
Hopefully finding good things on their ladder runs. If you're not finding good things on your ladder runs, why aren't you finding good things on your ladder? That wise, let's get some vitality. Wake of Fire. Gonna have an easy time with Andariel, hopefully. I do need to remember we are on the floor with the waypoint. I forget that fairly often.
Not enough mana.
My whole life is a lie. Don't worry, all of our lives are lies. Or at least at the very best, figments of memories. Think about it. You only know your past self. What is it about this season that makes you want to play? You feel there isn't enough different stuff to entice you this season? Honestly, I'm not enticed by this season. Only reason I am on the ladder right now is because the assassin changes aren't available in single player. Because bug. If they were available in single player, I would be doing a build test video instead. But no. I'm not enthused about seasons in pretty much any game usually. Unless there's like a major change I'm looking forward to. And then it's usually the change I'm looking for in the season. I have kind of sworn off competitive stuff, and ladder rushing is competitive stuff. It's better for my mental health, which is something I have been working on for the past several years. Some years I've gone backwards, some years I've gone forwards, but something I am working.
I need mana.
Hustle for Werebear. I'm kind of hit or miss on that one, honestly.
Not enough mana.
Because it's one of those things where it's kind of like, I could see where its usefulness lies. It is a good replacement for something like Harmony, but it's not going to be one of those things that's completely broken. It just changes the landscape a bit. It'd basically be like if they introduced another Call to Arms or something. I'm glad it brings joy. You're not going to have to Marie Kondo my ass. How much would I pay for an expansion with an Act 6? Depends. Is it being designed by current Blizzard devs or previous Blizzard devs? Because I don't see an Act 6 being particularly great. What I would love to see, and this was actually something someone mentioned on Reddit, of all places. I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, and I don't remember even, like, how they suggested implementing it, but I love the idea of basically doing a Diablo 1 remaster in Diablo 2. Old Blizzard crew, North crew. For an Act 6, I'd probably say 20 bucks. I know that's kind of like underselling it, but I don't think another act is what the game necessarily needs. It needs something that I don't particularly like. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say. It needs post-game. I don't like post-game. I don't enjoy post-game. It needs post-game. It's not my cup of tea. I would rather play a game, beat it, and be done.
I need mana.
If I were to say best way to do an expansion of Diablo 2 would be a prelude. An Act 0. Possibly add 1 or 2 new classes and have them go through their origins. So you'd have a different Act 0 for each class, but you'd have them all come into Act 1. But you'd have to rebalance the entire game, unfortunately, to get that to do. Ooh, I am lagging. That's what that is. Holy ass. A bigger Act 4 would be very welcome, yes. Get some of that old Jamala stuff going on there. But yeah, origins of the characters would be fun to do.
I need mana.
But I don't see much you could add to Diablo 2 post-game that would make sense. Then that would be worth paying for.
I need mana.
And sorry that I'm randomly lagging all of a sudden. My internet's like, okay. And backstory or lore around the Act 4 NPCs would be cool. Yeah, Act 4 was rushed, unfortunately. That's the big deal with it. Yeah, I'm having about a half second of lag.
I need mana.
And you guys are probably getting some pixelation and some swirly buttons. It's not on your end, it's on my end. Let's see, mana potion.
I need mana.
We are not having good luck finding this. I don't think it's this way, but I'll clear these out anyway for XP. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, as such viewers will experience buffering. Skippy like the peanut butter. I'm sorry. We are going to kill Endariel today. Maybe I should just do it like 1 act per stream and we just kind of chill and talk. And if we beat the act, we do some farming.
Not enough mana.
Play how I recommend new players play. The challenge. Oddly enough, will get on my patience. Because I hate Act 3. I really do hate Act 3. Gonna eat up all my patience for Act 3. Without the skipping, you'll find it over on the Let's Play Everything channel. Probably not tomorrow, but the next day.
Not enough mana.
Yes, I will if I stop lagging, I will farm for
Not
stealth.
enough
I don't
mana.
always farm for stealth whenever I'm just kind of like chill going through, because I'll get the levels that I don't really need stealth. It's just a nice to have. You enjoy this format? Cool.
Not enough mana.
Act 3 is hands down my least favorite act of all of them, without like even like a second thought. Got gloams, it's got freaking dolls, it's got everything I hate.
I need mana.
But I will be also uploading footage from the like B-roll
Not enough
capturing over on the Game Sampler channel. I'll be doing this uploaded like without the stuttering, I guess, to the Let's Play channel. We'll be doing the fun stuff. Would you guys be interested in seeing other games on here? Just out of curiosity? I'm flat out gonna say it right now. I am not gonna shill frickin' Torchlight Infinity or whatever it's called.
I need mana.
Their press agency has like royally pissed me off.
Not enough mana.
The actual company that makes it, I don't care. The actual company that makes it, I don't have a problem with. Their press agency thing is
I need mana.
irritating.
Not enough mana.
There she is. I thought she had moved.
I need mana.
Look at her. She's gonna die with. Oh, she almost died before we saw her. She's gonna kill our
Not
mercenary.
enough mana.
There she goes. Bye bye. Hey, we got Blood
I
Fist.
am overburdened. Death becomes you, Andariel.
None of that. The rest of that is useful for us. Let's see. Let's go ahead and have Old Man Willikers here identify it. Ethereal Blood Fists. Of course. I mean, that's some resist and auto repair there, but it's of course it's our first unique as ethereal.
What you need?
To go throw them into a free stuff game. Some paladin somewhere will love them. They'll never break on me. Because I don't think I'm going to be hitting very much. Or being hit very much either. That would be a challenge, actually. Get rid of all my gear in between each act. That would be terrifying. That would be a hard one to do.
Okay.
Go east. We have cinematics, if you actually wanted to listen to them. But I have a whole video of just the cinematics. So.
Good day.
Hi, Jerry. So we can get a Chingus McDingus to tank for us, which I think we will. Or we could get something else if we really want it. I think Chingus McDingus with prayer.
I bet you.
Shalon, Durga do what Durga do. We're gonna get Durga. Durga do what Durga do. Bye, Wendy. Oh, what was the name of the girl in Peter Pan? Wasn't that Wendy as well?
I know much.
I think that was her name. Let's see. Anything? 3. Could do Ithel Eth if we actually get all the runes for it. Think Peter Pan is Wendy too? Yeah. I think it is. Okay, Durga. Oh,
Use that yet.
he's not high enough level to have. He doesn't. Wait a minute. He doesn't have enough dexterity for it. That's fine. Not the end of the world. He does okay damage without it. So there we go with that. He's got armor. He's chilling. It's been 2 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and call that a short stream. Sorry for the shortness of it. I might be back later if the internet settles down and I've gotten my stretches done, but we'll see. Stay tuned. These are not going to be super consistent yet, but they are going to be more often than they were now that I can actually, you know, sit for more than 15, 20 minutes. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath, and I will see you guys next time.